for the amendment was just to safeguard human rights, preventing homelessness and ensuring that the legislation reflects a modern republic. But the amendment was literally for a human rights and equality assessment to be carried out and a strategy devised to protect people in Ireland under the EU Temporary Protection Directive, ensuring that none are pushed into homelessness as an unintended consequence of this bill. And it further requires that the strategy uphold EU anti-trafficking laws and include the voices of human rights, immigration rights and homelessness organisations. The purpose for me pushing the amendment was because the likes of Focus Ireland, Tiglin and other frontline organisations, they've raised serious concerns about this bill regarding that the legislation is its first major change in homelessness law since 1988. So I'm hoping that while modernising the system, it doesn't drag us backwards to a Victorian model of night shelters and conditional access to basic humanitarian protection. I know the bill, Minister, introduces new barriers to emergency shelter, and you know that my own organisation has a homeless cafe on Pierce Street, and we see people that are every evening coming looking for accommodation and help in any way. So it's a barrier that I hope will not fall on the hardest on people that are fleeing domestic violence, people that have mental health issues, or families recently evicted. I hope that it won't affect them. That's the purpose of my amendment here. So it's well intentioned. Many of them urgently need a safe place to sleep, and if we proceed without the safeguards, we risk increasing rough sleeping, even though that is certainly not your intention. I know the government has pointed, Minister, to a so-called safety net, but that provision only allows night-by-night access from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. So that in itself doesn't provide the stability or the security or the dignity. I think it makes no allowance for winter darkness or nor for parents with children. It's not consistent with the modern housing-led approaches to homelessness. So I just feel in that it's a step backwards. Minister, you know we've over 17,500 people in emergency accommodation, and the number has come down 100 in the last census, but in the coming months I know it will possibly increase with the temporary protection being removed for our Ukrainian friends in Ireland. So I want to be, and I've put on record, I want you to be the most successful housing minister, and I want to be as such a cheerleader for the housing plan for the government. But I think we need a whole of government approach regarding this issue, and otherwise we'll have a generation of children growing up in emergency accommodation, and I think that's a problem. Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Ciara.
Good.